99 FM, time now for Master Your Destiny Heart. And as I have been telling you this entire show, I really am looking forward to this interview. She's a young woman who's so inspirational. She goes by the name of Helen. I almost said her middle name, like her full name, so you know who she is. Helen Angula. And she's just gone through such some unsurmountable pain, but apart from that pain there's healing and there's triumph. And can you believe this woman is now saying, because I've gone through all of this, I too am ready to pay it forward, and not only pay it forward, being in the kind of career that honestly helps me be able to heal other people. Helen, how are you?
Fine, and you, my dear?
I am fantastic, and I'm so grateful to have you in studio to share with us your story.
And I'm so grateful to be here.
Yeah. So let's start there. Tell us a little bit about you and a little bit about your background.
Okay, my name is Helen, but I go of Helen Angula or Shorty. So
I love Shorty. I'm going to start calling you Shorty now. I didn't know that actually.
Definitely. So I'm actually just 23 years old.
Young and fresh and beautiful.
Yes, born and raised in Rundu, but my parents are actually from the north. Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yes.
And we were talking off air earlier, and even me just getting a glimpse of your story as I was researching about you, and I found out that you were very close to a father who was very motivational to you. So when he passed away, this is your biggest motivator. How did your life change when that happened?
Well, my life changed a whole lot.
Yeah.
Everything turned upside down. Like as young as I was probably just 9 years old. So at first I thought maybe it was the healing, but I didn't know I actually developed PTSD. I had PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder, which whereby the event that happens to you doesn't really affect you that moment. Years later, that's when you start having flashlights and all that. Yeah. So really it wasn't that easy.
Yeah.
It made me even get to have to be up and down with hospitals.
Really? Like physically you were affected.
I was affected. So it also now affected my mom at the same time too. And my mom used me as an escape goal. Like she would actually beat me up, but she didn't know that she was doing that not because she didn't love me, but because actually it was one of her way of expressing that she's angry, she's still mourning and dealing with it. So literally I didn't actually, with all this, which what happened is that I didn't end up finishing my grade 10. Did NAMCO 3 times and I didn't really pass, but during NAMCO I was doing part-time courses. I did sewing course. I did office admin, but then it was my mom who pushed me to do things. So I just didn't really have that childhood that everyone would want to have. So but then I actually learned to stay strong all the time. So I literally had depression from, let me say, high school. From high school I would put on a face that I'm happy with everyone, but deep down I was actually sad, always crying when I get home. I would always beat myself up and all that, but even in front of my family I would still be happy, pretending,
because you have to be the strong one of the family.
Yeah, exactly. I'm even the firstborn, like at my mom's side, and secondborn at my father's side.
Responsibility.
So I would say, no, I need to be strong for my little ones. What if mom goes right now? Who's going to take care of them? I have to fight for them. And also I have to fight at the same time for my mom. She needs to be strong. So yeah, basically that's what happened.
Girl, that's really a lot, because a lot of times when people fail grade 10, a lot of young people, I mean, we hear it in the news and in stories all over the place that their life is over. Some of them commit suicide. I didn't know you did NAMCO 3 times. What kept you motivated, Ndafa? Even in the midst of depression.
So what got me going was my father's last wish for me. He told me, I remember I was probably 7 years old, and few days to my birthday, and he was asking, I was like, Daddy, do you know that it's gonna be my birthday
Yeah.
next week and all that. And he knew, so he was like making me get excited and all that. And then he was like, my child, you're growing old. What do you want to become when you grow up? I said, Daddy, I want to help people. I want to help people because I love helping people. It's just, it makes me happy when I see someone's smile, you know. So, but I didn't know what exactly
that means, what career that is.
Exactly. So I was like, I want to be a philanthropist.
Yes.
So, yeah, basically that's how I even ended up later on. I started helping people, counseling them. I would counsel my friends, married people, as young as I was, and I would be like, wow, I did that? Like, really?
I want to take you back just a little bit. So as you're having that conversation with your father, what was your father's response to you then?
My father's response was that he told me that I should never give up.
Oh, man.
Never give up my child.
Oh.
And don't let anyone, not even me, not even your mother, to tell you what to do on achieving your goals. Be your own inspiration, be yourself, and just go forward, fight for what you believe in, fight on getting your dreams.
I mean, imagine the words that were said to you at 7 years old. Because people think that kids are, they're observant, yes, but will they really remember? But look at those words that your father gave you, helped you through the toughest time of your life. Talk to us about your healing journey. Where you were PTSD, depression, failing. How was that like, getting closure even for your father's death? What was your healing journey like?
My healing journey wasn't that easy because the moment when you heal, another attack comes in.
Okay.
So I basically went through so many things.
Okay.
And one of my healing part is that I used dancing, singing, and acting, and being a motivation to other
people. Yes.
So I joined Oyo.
I know Oyo. We had them last time.
I joined Oyo. I joined Napa Clinic.
Yeah.
I became youth leaders at churches, and just so many things. I made sure that I had to be an inspiration. And even when we are creating a drama or a dance piece in Oyo, I have to make sure that I must be the main character, because when you're in that character, you start reflecting your whole life, and it feels, when you're doing it all, it feels real. And then at the end of the day, after you are done with it, you just feel like, oh, I just came through out of it, So I also have my best friend, Babiki Laurencia. So she also went through the same thing, but she didn't now have PTSD, but she later on developed depression. With her brother telling her, you're not good enough, you're just a babysitter. I would still be there encouraging him. I'll be like, Babiki, come on, I did it, so you can do it
too.
Yeah, exactly. It's actually what we feed our mind.
Yeah.
Our mindset, what we put our mindset. And the kind of music, the kind of things we watch, the kind of things we listen to, it's all that. It's one thing that really affects us.
Yeah.
It changes the whole cognition itself, the mindset, the way it thinks, the way it perceives, all that. It changes because when you're going through depression, don't listen to depressive songs again.
Also to put you in that mindset. Yeah.
So 2016, I found Jesus.
Yeah.
So I started becoming more of a Christian, but I grew up actually loving God. So, but then I found Him in a better way, in an understanding way, and it was just so enlightening for me, to a point whereby, getting attacked physically, being stabbed, and then I'll just call out His name, and it's a very big miracle that people will not believe it. But that stabbing will not. I never got hurt. It happened early this year, and I really felt like, really, this is one thing. And I actually had a social worker, Abbott. He's a social worker at the Central Hospital at psychiatric unit. So he would tell me that, yes, if you believe in God, then it's actually a good thing, because he himself is actually a Christian.
Mm-hmm.
We go to the same church, but I didn't know until he actually told
you.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I also had another person, Dr. Angula, Helen. She's also like
the same name.
So she would be like, my dear, push hard, just go forward. Don't
going.
listen to your mom.
Yeah.
Keep on pushing.
Yeah.
One good day, she's gonna go like, wow, my daughter, she's right there.
Mm-hmm.
And my lecture as well, my counseling lecture, because I studied counseling, graduated counseling.
Yay! Graduate.
But so, and also now I'm currently studying psychology at Triumphant College.
Yeah.
So the owner of Triumphant College, Professor Kianki, met me, and then he found me in such a way that he could really see I was depressed.
Yeah.
So he said, if you really have that big dream of helping people, why don't you
start with yourself?
No, he was like, because I was studying counseling.
At
he was
the
like,
time.
once you're done here,
Yeah.
because I was studying certificate, and I was like, I don't know what to do next. Then he said, why don't you go for psychology?
Mm-hmm.
Then I thought about it, and I told him, I was like, don't worry, I have a very beautiful crew here that are going to go make you sure that you're gonna really end at the top.
Yeah.
And believe me, I have the best lectures ever.
True.
Best lectures that Miss Helena, one of them, the very first day she was like, guys, repeat after me. I have a sound mind. I am intelligent.
So giving you affirmations, like
Yes.
good affirmations to build your self-esteem.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, right now as I'm sitting here, at first I was like, oh my word, assignment, test, what. So at the end of the day, I was like, but now it's getting so easy and everything, Then later on, I remembered it's because of the affirmation, the things that she would make us say over and
over again.
It's there, it's now.
What's your most favorite affirmation that she taught you?
My most favorite one is that I have a sound mind.
And what does that mean to you?
That means that my mind actually what she meant is the same way I am. I really have a sound mind. I think of something and I always make sure I go for it. And even my uncle, like the man who took me in later, like afterwards, like all these things, that he met me working for this other guy who was so abusive also. So he ended up saying, no, my child, come, let me help you. So now I'm currently living at one of his houses and also working with him. So he's like being
mentoring you.
Yeah.
So what I hear you say is your healing journey was encompassing of your faith, having great mentors, and a sound mind that was like, I can do it.
I can do it.
My father and also my father told me, and I believe my dad.
Exactly.
I do believe my dad. So you're working on a special project to help and heal others. Can you tell us a little bit about it as we close?
Okay. I'm actually working on building a rehabilitation center.
Yes, honey!
A rehabilitation center that helps people to on their cognition.
Yes.
Because this is one thing, we only think about rehabilitation center, we think of alcohol, drugs, and whatnot. True. What about the mind? Because the mind is the one which is affected by alcohol and all of drugs and all
before
that.
we even reach the alcohol, it's what we have put in to help us subside it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So studying psychology has made me realize within just 2 months of studying, made me realize we're actually making a lot of blunders, especially our government. Like the things that they are doing is just not really needed.
So we can help in that regard, because also we are part and parcel of this nation, helping to shape
exactly.
and build.
As a youth, as someone who went through so much, I believe that actually we can make this world a better place. Doesn't mean that just because you fail grade 10 you can't make it.
Yes.
Come on, you can. You can achieve your goals if you push and you make sure that you just push. There'll be that person who will be like, oh, that person is so persistent. Let me just try to help her or him. Maybe one day he's gonna stand and say, here's my motivator, here's, such things.
Thank you so much, Angula. Counselor Angula, I'm gonna start calling you short from now, for coming in and just sharing with us, your story. And this story must, and it will inspire others who are like, no man, doch. If Shorty can do it, so can I.
Exactly.
I'm looking forward to when the project gets off the ground, and when it does, when everything is in place or getting in place, you need to come back to 99 FM and tell us everything and how people can get help.
Sure,
okay?
I will do that.
So this is home. The door is always open. So please come on back.
Okay, thank you.
That was Helen Angula, who was, went through PTSD, failed grade 10, Namcall even several times, lost her dad, went through depression, and she's like, not here, not with me. These things are not going to be the determining factor that define my life and define who I am. I will rise above this. She has risen, and you know what she's trying to do right now? Pull others up.